Hi everyone, it's Sean V. Raj, and I'm here with a video where I'm going through the process of inking, and I'm here to just talk about my thoughts, just more of an open-ended video, just talking about whatever. I wanted to have it be a chill vibe, and yeah, basically I'm just going through this drawing, inking, and something I just thought of is stylization, right? When do you stylize? What style is your true voice? And I think a good experiment when it comes to stylization is first, I'd recommend getting a sketchbook. I'd recommend for any artists out there, if you want to get my advice to any artists out there would be get a sketchbook, look at the world, see what's around you, and draw what you see. And in your drawings, like, it doesn't have to look exactly like what's in front of you, but you can experiment. You can try out different shapes. You can do cartoons of what you see. I think that there are some artists that are against cartoons. There are some artists that are against simplification. I think you should draw how you want to draw. And ultimately, drawing is about enjoying the process. It's not about adhering to what other artists want you to do. I think that's a very important lesson to learn. For me, as an artist, I like to use very straight lines, and I like to kind of use graphic shapes because I think it's a cool way to see the world, and also it's a lot of just learning from other artists, learning from teachers, and seeing how they draw. And not at first it was trying to replicate how they draw, but then it became, ooh, I like this, or I like seeing this in my drawings, and I just sort of kept certain things. Now, the way I approach this drawing is I basically did a sketchbook drawing of this. This is an animation for TikTok, by the way, so this is one frame of the animation, but I just wanted to make sure everything looked really clean, and so I went up and inked everything. The way I approached this was I first did a sketch of it, and I had a reference. This is purely from photo reference. I'm doing a lot of studies. I really want to see what things look like and see how can I add my own twist to things. And that's why this is purely reference. Now, where the stylization comes in is I sketched it in my sketchbook, and I didn't use any construction lines. I just went straight to pen, sketched it. It didn't have to be accurate, but I wanted to get the feel of what the drawing looked like. The second step was actually getting certain key poses and putting them in the Procreate, the program, and basically getting the construction lines of the key poses, drawing directly over the photo. But the way I approached this was using the stylization I did in my sketchbook, and then combining that with what you see in front of you, combining it with the photo. And that creates a result that is, I find, really interesting. I find you have stylization, but with the structure. And I think structure in drawings is super important. Things can look off in certain drawings, but for the most part, I think people like seeing things that are structured. People like seeing things that make sense. So I wanted these drawings to make sense, but I wanted them to feel like drawings. I didn't want them to feel like exact traces of the photo. And I think that's what's special about this style that I've developed. I think everyone needs to find their own voice, and everyone needs to find their own methods of drawing, and that just comes with time. I think it's really hard for me to give advice to beginner artists. I think a lot of people just say draw more, but I think my advice to beginner artists would be draw what you see. Like, draw what you see in the real world and really study it. Do some life drawing. Go outside, draw people you see, whatever you're interested in, right? If it's backgrounds, draw the buildings you see. If it's people, draw the people you see. And what I find interesting about life drawing is that you really just have to capture people quickly, and that like increases your skill exponentially. You start trying to simplify things, you start trying to find shortcuts because people are moving fast. So you have to get those gestures done fast. Yeah, I'm liking how this drawing is turning out. It's pretty cool. I'm recording this after, so I'm just kind of watching what I'm drawing and also doing a live recording. There's no script in front of me, so I'm just going with the flow of whatever I feel like talking about in these few minutes. And this is live drawing, so I wanted to show the process as it's happening and not anything that's like sped up, because I think there's a lot of videos of time-lapse drawings. I think they're really cool, but they give this illusion that the artist is doing these things rapidly when really like they're taking their time with it and they're really trying to focus on making those lines look clean. I think in this drawing I am moving a little fast. I think part of the reason is because I was in the flow state, so I was working on a few frames before this and I was just trying to make sure I could get things done. Another big advice I can give is finish not perfect. Make sure your projects are finished. They don't have to look perfect, but make sure they're finished. Make sure when you start an idea, if you think that idea is worth it, finish it. Make sure it's clean, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be the best you can make it. You'll learn along the way. I don't think every idea is holy grail. I don't think you have to save your ideas till the future. I used to think that for a long time, but what I realized is it doesn't matter your age. You can get your ideas out there. If you're working with only pencils and you don't have any digital things with you, cut out paper. Make paper animations. Make animations with cutouts and you can do cool rigging with it. Like, I think these are all ideas, but ultimately it's the execution. I did this storyboard project that I'm really proud of, and what I realized was, hey, I'm working a customer service job at the same time, and I'm doing school at the same time. I just was realistic with myself, and I said, hey, I can't do this alone. I need people to hold me accountable, and that's why I got a group to work on the project. Now for future projects, I think I realize like there are some things I can do on my own, and I sometimes underestimate myself. So maybe I'll try working on a project alone and I'll see how that goes. I've been working on a lot of these short 3-second animations, and it's been good doing those on my own because I'm learning along the way. And I think studying things you love, right? This is like a goofy video I found on TikTok, but I realized, hey, TikTok is blowing up. Let me do some TikTok animations. Let me base them on TikToks that I really liked and go from there. I might make my own original content, but right now I'm trying to find a twist to things that have worked. Yeah. Execution's super important though. Getting your ideas out there. Everyone wants to hear your ideas. If you're a minority, people want to hear your ideas. If you're, even if you're not a minority, like, your ideas are important and your voice is important. I think we're in an age where it's content based. Like, I spend most of my days just on YouTube, on Instagram. I actually spend a lot of my days in drawing, but when I'm taking breaks, I'm consuming content. So I think it's important to make content if that's what you're interested in, and people want to hear your voice. When it comes to starting projects, it's like, it can be really intimidating, but just make it really simple. Like for these, I just focused on 3 seconds of animation. I focused on a few frames, but this time around, I'm really trying to stress quality, and quantity will come. I am focusing on quantity. I'm working on multiple animations at the same time, but with the ones I'm working on, I'm trying to build a portfolio together. So I'm really trying to focus on the quality of these animations, right? Is it colored? Is it shaded? All these sorts of things. Right now, I'm pretty young. I'm 19 years old, so I'm just exploring, and I I love exploring art. I love just seeing what I'm capable of, and ultimately, I just believe like every artist should try to make their own original stuff, or they should try to just keep working on their art and have fun with their art. Ultimately, like, you just have to have fun. That's why we do art. I don't think we do it for the money. I think money comes with it, but it's just about having fun. I know it's like I'm kind of rambling. I think I just kind of want the style of this video to be more relaxed. You know, you could get like a little snack or something, or just like lay back on your couch, just chill and just listen. That's kind of the vibe I want for this. Nothing like too serious. And yeah, I've just been putting out content, trying to see what works, what doesn't. I'm finding memes, animation memes are working. They are interesting for sure. Just trying to see, I think memes are like such a huge part of our culture now. So it's like trying to figure out like how to use art and how to combine it with memes is like something I'm finding a lot of fun. Something I want to explore, and I think that's what I'm trying to do with this one. Let's see. Yeah, I'm still working on this. Jeez. Yeah, I think what I'm about to do is, I'm gonna blur this background. Actually, this is a really cool trick too. Just blur it, and there's gonna be some depth already. Yeah. Great, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for listening.